Hello guys, my name is Gr and today I present to you my Cosmo deck profile. Cosmos are a series of dark, light, machine and psychic type monsters that they special summon themselves from the hand and they float. That means when they are destroyed by battle or card effects, you can banish them from the graveyard and spell summon another Cosmo with lower level or cost than them. So without further ado, let's begin. First, we play 3 Cosmo Dark Destroyer. Cosmo Dark Destroyer is the big daddy of the entire deck. When you normal or special summon him on once per turn, you can target one card to the field, destroy it. Even though it targets, it's pretty good, and also it cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. It's the same that all Cosmo monsters have that, all the big ships, but not the smaller ones. So I will talk about them in a few moments. So, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and then from the graveyard and spell summon one level 7 or lower Cosmo from this monster. This is the same effect, depends on the level and lower, so it's pretty good. Dark Destroyer 3 always in the build. Most players prefer 2, but I prefer 3 because it's the best. Next one, Cosmo Forerunner. Cause, it can be targeted and also it can bypass monarchs by having 2800 attack, so it can crush them, and by using that effect you can bring back our Sleep Rider, which is the MST of the deck, and also every standby phase, your standby phase, you gain 1000 life points, because Cosmo needs them because they spend their life points is the entire gimmick. Next we play 2 Cosmo Sleep Rider. Sleep Rider is the MST card of the deck and the only way that we can go to our Cyber Dragon, Nova and Infinity, so it's pretty good and pretty understandable in that regard. And I will showcase a combo maybe in the future, which I saw a very good Cosmo combo. Next we play 1 Cosmo Dark Lady, Omni Negate for monsters. During if you can pay 1000 life points anytime that you prefer, or you can chain her effect to spell summon a Cosmo monster from your hand. So what you do is that if the opponent activates As Blossom, Ghost Ogre, monster effect, or in the hand, graveyard or field, you can pay 1000 life points and negate that effect. So it's pretty nice, pretty good, and I think one of the greatest control effects of the entire build. Next we play 1 Cosmo Wicked Witch. Because Wicked Witch is a monster that you can pay 1000 life points and she cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and also it's pretty nice and pretty good to have in that regard. Next we play 1 Cosmo Farm Girl, because by playing 1 Cosmo Farm Girl we can allow by attacking their opponent's life points with any way, either battle damage or anything. You can pay 500 life points and 1 Cosmo monster from your deck to your hand, so it's pretty good and it can lead to a lot of OTKs. Next we play 1 Cosmo Sword Troopers, because by paying 1000 life points we can bring back 1 Cosmo Psychic monster and then proceed to go to Link plays, Synchro plays, Exist plays, anything that we prefer, and also it's pretty good to have 1 copy. Next we play 1 Cosmo Sword Trooper, because by paying 500 life points we can target one of our banished Cosmo monsters, return it back to the field, it has its effects negated, but it doesn't matter if you OTK or Exist, go for Synchro plays, anything that you prefer. So it's pretty good, and I think in this build it's one of the greatest cards, combo extenders at least. Next we play 3 Cosmo Timkan. Cosmo Timkan is the greatest normal summon of the entire build for sure. Cause by paying 500 life points during your or your opponent's end phase, you can reveal 3 Cosmo cards with different names from your deck. So your opponent choose one and add it to your hand randomly and send the next card to the graveyard. So that means you can search Dark Destroyer, Cosmo, Dark Lady and Sword Troopers, and either you are going to take Dark Destroyer or Cosmo, Dark Lady, or send both those 2 to the graveyard to special summon Dark Lady with Sword Troopers. So it's very good in that chain. And next, and last but not least for the monsters, is that we play the Windwitch Engine, 2 Glass Bell, 3 Ice Bell and 1 Snow Bell, to Synchro Summon and bring out our biggest threat, that's Crystal Wing. And also most of the time we try to go to some other Synchro plays, because we prefer to go first, we have our board, and then try to control the opponent, and that's the way we win most of the time. We don't have drop power, we don't have anything like that. we stay in the board, we win the game. That's how the game plan works. Now for the spells, we play one reasoning, different levels of monsters, pretty self-explanatory. Spell summon one from the deck if the opponent chooses wrong. If either way, if he corrects, he picks correct number, you can send that monster to the graveyard, which is not a big deal, but it's pretty neat if he gets wrong. Next we play one monster reborn to revive our monsters, one Raigeki for the same reason, to nuke the entire board and go for the OTK or clear the board in case we lack something. One emergency teleport to spell summon Cosmo monster from the deck. You can choose to chain the effect. One friend of mine told me that you can special summon Cosmo Tinkan and then choose which effect of emergency teleport to use. So you're going to resolve Tinkan second, this first, so at the end you're going to draw the Cosmo that you prefer to the hand. Next we play one scapegoat to go for our link plays. It's the only way most of the time to go to the link plays, so it's pretty needed in that regard. And last but not least for the spells, we play to Cosmo Town, because it has so many good effects that you can target one of your banished Cosmo monsters, and depending on the level you play multiple of 100 life points to add that target monster to the hand, and also reveal a number of Cosmo monsters from your hand to shuffle them back into the deck, draw cards. That allows us to go for a lot of stun or a lot of solemn cards to go on for the game or in that regard. And also, if this field spell card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add one Cosmo card from your deck to your hand. That means you can, with one Cosmo Town, you can add another Cosmo Town. So it's pretty good. Next for the trap lineup, we play 3 evenly matches, because we love to go second if that happens, but we prefer to go first either way. But I think maining it's the most needed thing, because you can force your opponent to bait them, and they don't have most of the time a trap negator, so it's pretty good. Imperial Order to stop the entire spells, we don't need them most of the time. Call of the Handed to revive back our monsters that we need to win the game. 3 Solemn Strike, because I think it's one of the greatest cards nowadays, because it stops summon monsters, so it's very nice and low cost. 1,500 life points is not a big deal. Solemn Judgment, because it will always be in a state of activation when we have at least 2 life points to spare, so it's better in that regard from Strike. But I think to activate Strike first, second go for Solemn Judgment, it's better, because sacrificing a lot of life points is always not the best thing to do. And last but not least, one Solemn Warning, because we prefer to stun our opponent and win the game. So, for the extra deck, we play one Barbaroid, because we bring it with our Cyber Dragon Nova. If they negate, and we bring this beast to clear the board most of the time and go for the win, because it's very, very beefy if it comes out. For the Synchros, we play one Virtual World QB Sensen. Sensen is a card that it's now I put it in the deck. It's pretty good, because it banishes, it's a Macrocosmos for the opponent, which sucks for them, but it's not a bad thing for us. And also, you can return one of your banished monster to the owner's graveyard, so we can revive back our monsters in case we need to do that. And also, during their main phase, except this turn, you can banish 2 other monsters from a graveyard with different original types. That means psychics and machines that we have, or wind witches, which is our spellcaster, if I'm correct. Yes. So that's the way we bring Sunset back over and over and try to control them with our negates and go for the game. One Crystal Wing, because I think it's one of the greatest targets to go. One Diamond Bell, because it's pretty neat to have at least one copy. Most of the time it's not very needed, but when it's needed, it's certainly a very good card to have. One Clear Wing, because we prefer to try to bait our opponents, try to negate their monster effects. 2 Windwitch Winter Bell, we can go anything that we prefer, but I prefer 2 copies, because when I use the first, it will go off most of the time by the opponent's cards, or if it survives and we need to burn them for more points, we can do that, so it's pretty neat and pretty good. And one Cyber Dragon Nova Infinity and one Cyber Dragon Nova, you know, an Omni Negate. It's pretty old, but it's certainly a very good card to have in this build. And now for the link plays, we play one Abramax, one Borderload, one Trisbania, and we play one Security Dragon and 2 Link Rebos to go for the combo. So that's the entire build. I hope you enjoy, guys. See you again. Bye bye.